It started quietly, a cough, a fever, news reports, easily dismissed. Then, the biting started. The infected, driven by a hunger that knew no bounds, spread like wildfire. Cities, once symbols of human achievement, became death traps. The structure crumbled. Governments, healthcare systems, everything we relied on vanished. The world descended into chaos. We were on our own. Survival became the only law. The dead outnumbered the living. Every day was a fight for survival. The world we once knew had crumbled, leaving us to navigate through the ruins of civilization. The dense forests, abandoned buildings, and the vast wilderness became our new homes. We moved cautiously, always on high alert, knowing that danger lurked around every corner. Food, water, shelter, basic necessities became precious commodities. We scavenged for anything that could sustain us, from the smallest berries to the clearest streams. Every drop of water and every morsel of food was a lifeline. Setting up makeshift shelters, we tried to create a semblance of normalcy in a world turned upside down. Trust was a luxury few could afford. Paranoia and suspicion were rampant. We had to be cautious even with those we traveled with. Arguments were frequent and tensions ran high. While some rested, others stood guard, always watching, always waiting for the next threat to emerge. Groups formed, shattered, and reformed, constantly searching for safety. The urban areas, once bustling with life, were now overgrown and desolate. We huddled together, planning our next moves, always on the run, always seeking a place where we could feel safe, even if just for a moment. We scavenged for scraps, fought off the undead, and mourned the fallen. Every day was a battle, not just against the zombies, but against the despair that threatened to consume us. We used whatever we could find as weapons, and every loss was a heavy blow to our spirits. Every sunrise brought a new challenge, a new threat. As the first light of dawn broke over the desolate landscape, we prepared ourselves for whatever the day might bring. The mornings were a brief respite, but we knew that danger was never far behind. Yet, even in the darkest hours, the human spirit endured. We found strength in each other, helping one another through the toughest times. Our determination and resilience became our greatest weapons against the darkness that surrounded us. We fought back, driven by an unwavering will to live. Each victory, no matter how small, fueled our hope. We looked towards the future, not with fear, but with a fierce determination to survive and rebuild. The fight for life was relentless, but so was our spirit. Amidst the chaos, islands of hope emerged. Small communities banding together for protection and support. They rebuilt, repurposed the remnants of the old world, and learned to thrive in this terrifying new reality. These weren't utopias. Life was hard, resources scarce, danger a constant companion. But they offered something just as vital, a sense of belonging, a shared purpose. We were no longer alone. Humanity had found its footing. Section 4. A new normal. Years turned into a decade. The world we once knew, filled with bustling cities and vibrant communities, slowly faded into a distant memory. Nature began to reclaim what was once hers, as the seasons changed and the sun rose and set over empty streets and silent buildings. The world we knew was gone, replaced by a perilous landscape where the undead were a fact of life. We adapted. Abandoned towns and neighborhoods became our new environment, filled with the echoes of a past life. The streets, once filled with laughter and activity, now lay silent, scattered with debris and memories of what once was. Children, born into this harsh reality, knew only survival. They played with makeshift toys and learned essential skills like archery and foraging from a young age. The innocence of childhood was replaced by the necessity of survival. The zombies themselves evolved, some faster, stronger, more cunning, adapting to the changing world just as we did. Others, decayed and shambling but no less dangerous. These creatures, once human, now roamed the streets aimlessly, a constant reminder of the fragility of life and the ever-present danger that lurked around every corner. We learned their patterns, exploited their weaknesses, and developed new tactics to stay one step ahead. Setting traps, studying maps, and planning our every move became second nature. Survival was no longer just about living day to day. It was about outsmarting the undead and ensuring the safety of our community. This was our new normal. Around campfires, we shared stories of the old world, bonded over our shared struggles, and worked together to build a semblance of community in this post-apocalyptic reality. Despite the constant threat, we found moments of peace and camaraderie, reminding us of our resilience and the enduring human spirit. Section 5. Outsmarting Death. Necessity, the mother of invention, forced us to innovate. We became resourceful, transforming scrap metal into weapons, harnessing solar power for energy. Old-world knowledge, once taken for granted, became invaluable. Farmers used their skills to cultivate crops, engineers rigged alarm systems, doctors used their knowledge to treat the wounded. We were rebuilding not just our lives but our future, brick by bloody brick. Section 6. Hope on the Horizon. Whispers started circulating. Scientists, working tirelessly in hidden labs, spoke of progress. A cure? Immunity? The possibility, however slim, was enough to fuel our hope. The fight was far from over. But for the first time since the outbreak, we dared to dream of a world free from the undead. A world where our children could live without fear, where humanity could rebuild what was lost. Section 7. The Dawn of Humanity 2.0. The zombie apocalypse wasn't the end. It was a cataclysmic event that shattered the world as we knew it. Cities fell silent, and nature began to reclaim what was once hers. The streets, once bustling with life, became eerie reminders of a past that seemed almost dreamlike. But amidst the chaos and desolation, a new chapter was beginning to unfold. It was a new beginning. The dawn of a new era where humanity had to start from scratch. Communities began to form, small pockets of survivors coming together, united by a common goal, to rebuild and to thrive. The sunrise over the lush green valleys symbolized hope, a promise of a brighter future. It stripped away our illusions of safety, forced us to confront our own mortality. The comforts and conveniences of the old world were gone, replaced by the raw, unfiltered reality of survival. But in this harsh new world, we discovered something profound. We found strength in our vulnerability, courage in our fear, and unity in our isolation. But it also revealed the depths of human resilience. We learned to adapt, to innovate, and to persevere. Gardens began to flourish where concrete once dominated. People worked together, sharing knowledge, resources, and hope. The bonds formed in these trying times were stronger than any we had known before. We emerged from the ashes, scarred but not broken. The ruins of the old world served as the foundation for the new. Every brick laid, every home rebuilt, was a testament to our indomitable spirit. We were no longer just survivors, we were pioneers of a new age. We learned to value community, ingenuity, and the preciousness of life. The simple act of sharing a meal became a celebration of life itself. In our small villages, we found joy in the little things, and we cherished every moment as if it were our last. This wasn't just survival, it was evolution. We were not merely clinging to life, we were redefining it. New tools, new methods, and new ways of thinking emerged. We were crafting a future that was not just about living, but about thriving. This was the dawn of humanity 2.0, a time of renewal, of rebirth, and of endless possibilities. As the sun rose over our newly built towns, we knew that we were not just witnessing the end of an era, but the beginning of a new one. A future where humanity, having faced its darkest hour, was ready to shine brighter than ever before.